Hi, 6th graders and 6th grade parents and guardians. Welcome to 6th grade math. I just want to give you a quick overview of how our classroom is going to look this year. My name is Sheena Greiner and I am your student's math teacher. My email address is shown on the screen here, and feel free to email me anytime if you have any questions about your student or your student's progress or videos or the way we're doing math or anything. I would love to hear anything that you're thinking of or any of your feedback. So basically, what we're doing is called a flipped classroom model, and sometimes it's called a blended learning. Mostly I'll be calling it flipped classroom, but I may be going back and forth. But basically it means that the student will be learning the lesson at home by watching an interactive video that I will have made ahead of time, and I will post on the website that you will see in just one second here. They'll watch the video, and while they're watching the video, they'll stop and pause and take notes as they're watching and do some practice problems. They will immediately sign into NICU and take a Check Your Understanding quiz. Usually the video I try to keep between 10 and 15 minutes, and the quiz is usually between 4 and 5 problems. So hopefully the video and the quiz, with pausing and taking notes and everything, will not take more than a half hour, probably not more than 20-25 minutes. And then in class, the student will come to class with their notes already taken, and we will answer questions, and I will go into more depth on some of the concepts that were talked about in the video the previous night. We'll take some more notes, maybe do an activity, and then the student will do their practice problems in class. So basically it's flipped. They're learning the lesson at home and they're working on problems in class. So I have a Moodle page, and this is a website that I will keep updated just with general information. So I'll update it daily with what we do in class during the day, and also what the students' assignments are that evening, if there is a video and a quiz, if there's a quiz or test coming up in class, things like that. This is for anyone to go on. You do not need to sign in to see my page. The easiest way to get to my Moodle page is to go to the Rosemont Middle School homepage. And then if you click on quick links, this bar will pop on down, and then you just click on directory. Once you're in the directory, you can look for my name, which obviously is Sheena Greiner, and then if you go all the way over, then you'll see a link to my page. It's called 6th grade math. You'll click on that, and then this is my page that will pop up. So if you wanted to pause me right now and go to the Rosemont Middle School webpage and see and make sure that you could find my Moodle page, that would be awesome. You might want to bookmark this page on your computer just so that it's easy for you to get to if you'll be checking daily. I understand and I agree that it's the student's responsibility to make sure that they are checking and coming home with their assigned homework assignment in their planner and things, but I know as a parent it's nice to be able to check and see what's going on as well. So that is my Moodle page. So I will post if there is a video, but I'm not actually going to be posting videos on this page. I'm going to be posting them on Google Classroom, in which your student will need to log into Colab, and then into Colab they will be able to go into Google Classroom. So under students, so on the RMS homepage again, under students, then the student can click on Colab. They will need to log in with their username and password, which they should already know what their username and password is. Once they are into Colab, their screen will look somewhat like this. The student will need to click on this box of squares right here, and then you'll have to click more for it to scroll way down, and then the student will click on Classroom. Once they're in Classroom, then a box will pop up labeled 6th grade math. They'll click on 6th grade math, and then our website will pop up. And if you go to it right now, so if you have your student go into Colab and go into Google Classroom, there is a video posted that they watched during class today. So you could pull up that, just click on that video just to make sure that that video is working in on your computer and on your whatever electronic device you are working on. And then there's also a link to the NICU quiz, which the student will take right after their video. So this is the place where I will constantly be updating more specific information as far as the video that they need to watch at night, or if there's an assignment out of the book and then the specific problems. And I will also post the problems that or the assignment that they were assigned in class. So if a student is absent, then they are still able to actually log in, watch the video, and they can even do the problems that are assigned. So they could almost do the classwork at home as well if the problems are all assigned on there and if they have their book. If they don't, they can use their online math textbook, which is a whole different thing, but we'll get to that eventually. So make sure that you take a second to find Google Classroom or have your student actually pull it up. It's good practice for them to find it. They're going to be using Google Classroom in other classes as well, so it's important for them to be able to find it. And then after their video, they will log into NICU, and this is the website to get directly to the login page on NICU. So if you want to type that into a new tab, and then students will log in. Their login ID is their student ID number, and then the password is their student ID number plus their last name with no spaces. So here's an example. And again, once they log in, then the quiz that they're supposed to do will pop up, and they just click on it and they take the quiz, and then as soon as they're done, they'll submit it, and then that's it. So not to recap really quick, in case you have technical difficulties, which we always do once in a while, unfortunately, when we're working with electronic devices, if the student has their textbook at home and their video is not working, they can always open up to that lesson in their textbook and read that lesson. They can also go into their online math book. Obviously, if you're having internet issues, they're not going to be able to go into that. They can stop by before school, and they can also come in during Irish time. And as always, if there's concerns or issues, please email me and let me know so I am aware. I am very flexible because I know that these issues happen. If it's happening often, then make sure to let me know so that we can figure out what the problem is and if I need to post something differently or what the problem is. We can try to figure it out. So now to recap, my Moodle page, remember, is just the website where I'm going to post just the general information that you go to the RMS website, click on Quick Links, go to Staff Directory, and then find my name and click on 6th grade math. Google Classroom, remember, is where the videos will be posted, as well as classwork assignment, specific assignment problems, and other specific information like that. So RMS website, click on Students, go into Cloak Lab where the student will need to sign in, click on this cute little box of boxes, and then click on Classroom, and then they'll enter in through 6th grade math. And then NICU, here's the website for NICU, and then the login and the password. So what are some benefits of the flipped classroom model? Quite a few things that I think are advantages of using this model. Students can watch and take notes watch the video and take notes at their own pace. So they can go as fast through it or as slow as through it as they need to. They can pause whenever they want and make sure they get all of the notes copied down. They can, instead of in a traditional math class where the teacher is up there presenting the information, and then when they're done, it's done and you can't go back and listen to it again, they can go back and rewatch it. And if they watch the video once and they're still a little bit confused, they're definitely able to go back and rewatch it. And if there's a quiz coming up, they can go back and rewatch videos to review and study for the quiz or test. Once they are done watching the video and after the quiz, they can still sit and ponder it a little bit, and it gives them a little bit of time to prepare some questions by the time they get to class the next day, rather than the teacher presents it, asks if anyone has any questions, and the students are still trying to process the information that they can't even figure out what questions to ask. One thing that I really like about Flipped Classroom is that once a student submits their NICU quiz, I can see the results immediately. So I know even before class where students are at with the concept that they just learned. The students that didn't score very well and the students that scored pretty high on the quiz, I know where to direct my teaching and what I need to focus on right when class starts. Who do I need to check in with right away? And maybe which problems do I for sure need to go over because over half the class got a certain problem wrong. And maybe almost all of the class got a certain problem correct. And then I don't need to use class time to go over it. I can use class time to go over other things based on the results. And because I'm not standing up presenting a brand new lesson and not needing to spend most of the class time introducing and teaching and trying to check in with students, that's not to say that just because I am making a video and just because students are watching a video at night does not mean that I am not going to be standing up talking and teaching and explaining things. Not at all. It just means that I'm not going to be standing up quite as long. I'm definitely going to be going over things and definitely going to be answering questions. I just won't be up at the front quite as long, and instead I have more time for me to walk around and check in with students and be able to give a little bit more one-on-one attention and make sure that all students are on the right track, whether they're at which speed and which pace they are progressing at. The other thing is that I am there while students are working on their practice problems. So most in traditional math classrooms, again, the teacher presents the lesson. Sometimes there's only 5-10 minutes left to assign the homework. Students bring their book home, start working on the problems. They either kind of forget what the teacher talked about or they're still confused. And then the teacher's not there to ask questions too. So this time they get to, or this way, they're working on their problems / homework, but they're doing it in class. And I'm right there for them to ask me questions too, as well as their other peers in class that they can ask as well. And then another awesome thing about Flipped Classroom is that it allows more opportunities for differentiation. So I can definitely help students go at the pace and on the track that they need to go to based on where they are at. Grading, so there will be daily points given for notes taken. So they will show me every day their notebook and I will check that they have some notes taken. And me seeing that they've taken notes shows me that they've watched the video or at least read through the textbook. A point given for taking the NICU quiz and submitting it on time. So if I assign a video and a quiz on Monday night, then I expect the video and the video to be watched, and I expect the NICU quiz to be submitted before class on Tuesday, but I prefer by Tuesday morning so that I have time to look over all of the results before class starts. And then daily points also given for completing their classwork and also checking it and correcting it. And then there will be 2 to 3 quizzes throughout each chapter. These will be taken in class. There will be a chapter test at the end of the unit and a cumulative final at the end of the trimester. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please, please, please do not hesitate to email me. I know that this sounds a little bit confusing right now. Hopefully it helps you understand it just a little bit. And the more that your student comes home and watches the videos and you see them doing it and see them logging into NICU, the more familiar it will become, and hopefully won't be as confusing then. So here's my email again. If you would like a phone conference, or if you ever just want to talk on the phone about something, the easiest way to contact me about that is to just email me, and then I'm more than happy to set up a time to call you and we can talk. And I really, really, really appreciate and want to thank you in advance for your support and your patience, as there may be a few tweaks along the road. We may be switching things here and there, but I will definitely be in the best communication that I can be with you to let you know of any changes. And I also hope and thank you for your flexibility, as again, things may change, and with electronic devices, you never know what's going to happen. So the best thing that I could tell you is to just be in touch if you have any questions or wondering or anything. So now your assignment, which I forgot to write on my last slide here, is to go into NICU with your student. So have your student log into NICU and please take the quiz. I think there's only 4 questions, so it won't take you long. But please take the quiz together and submit it. And thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and I will be in touch throughout the school year.